Hi, Sons of Thunder. This is Ivy Trippin. I didn't know a whole lot about the Ground Zero Mosque before I watched your video because life has been good to me, and in this terrible economy, I have somehow found myself with two jobs. So yeah, I've been busy, but really pleased with myself. But I haven't had a whole lot of time to pay attention to the news. So once I watched your video, I decided, okay, I'll do what he asked and make a video response. But first, let's go and do some reading. And the conclusion I came up with is let them build the mosque. Just let them do it. Now I reached this conclusion out of from two things. First, the group that's going to do this is a group of United States citizens, and as U.S. citizens, if they can get the building permits and they can buy the land, which they've already done, and they can raise the money to actually build the thing, which it looks like they're going to do, then no one really has a right to stop them. So right there, pretty much non-issue. The second thing though, the second thing is that an awful lot of people seem to be concerned that this is going to become a place where fundamentalist Muslims go to celebrate the destruction of the World Trade Center, to celebrate a victory over the West, which I don't think is going to be the case, because the group that's doing this, the Cordoba Institute, they seem to me to be genuine about their desire for peace between the Islamic world and the Western world. Now, there are a couple reasons why I think this, but the main one is the interview that I listened to between the conservative talk show host Aaron Klein and one of the leaders of the Cordoba Institute. I'm sorry, the Cordoba Initiative. I've been saying it wrong the whole time. What's his name? Imam Faisal Abdul Rauf. Now, the thing from this interview, which took place a couple weeks ago, and the thing from this interview that everyone's been talking about is that the Imam refused to call Hamas a terrorist organization, and that's one of that's one of the things that says to me that he's genuine in what he's trying to do, because let's say he didn't actually care about promoting peace between the West and the Islamic world. Let's say instead he wanted to promote the Islamization of America. Well, the path that I would take in that case, if I were there trying to promote the Islamization of America, is I would badmouth Hamas left and right. I would try to say that they're horrible people, and I'd try to distance myself from them as much as possible, because in the U.S., Hamas has a very bad name, because whenever we hear about them in the context of some terrorist attack where they kill or maim or nearly kill or maim Israeli civilians. We very, very, very rarely hear about them in any other context. So if you're an imam who wants to promote Islam in the U.S., one of the things that you can do to put people at ease about you is to badmouth the same people that everyone else is badmouthing. But the thing is, if you're trying to build connections between the West and the Islamic world, then you can't do that, because you don't just need to worry about your image here in America. You also need to worry about your image back there. And in most of the Islamic world, particularly in Palestine, Hamas is not known mainly as terrorists. Hamas is known mainly as the people who provide vital social services to the Palestinians. about 90%. Hold on a sec. Where am I getting that figure? I am getting that figure from the Council on Foreign Relations. Specifically, they quoted from Reuven Paz, who is an Israeli scholar that has been the head of the research department for the Israeli General Security Service, and who graduated from an Israeli university, the University of Haifa. I hope I pronounced that correct. And so his background does not exactly suggest that he would be sympathetic to the Palestinians, but according to him, Hamas spends about 90% of its resources on social services, things like building and maintaining hospitals, schools, and food banks. So, if you're someone who is trying to, trying to build peace between these two groups, you can't go into one of the groups and say, hey, this organization that spends most of its time helping the poor and needy, yeah, they're terrorists. You can't do that. It's not good politics from his point of view. Now, yes, Hamas does commit terrorism, but that is a very small part of what they do. So, and anyway, the point is that from the way that he talks, from the people that he's willing to say good things about and the people he's willing to say bad things about, he seems to genuinely want to promote peace. And since he's the head of this organization, the organization probably wants to genuinely promote peace. So yeah, I don't, maybe in 100 years, maybe in a couple decades, if the leadership of this organization changes drastically, or if they lose control of the building and some fundamentalist Muslims take control of it, yeah, maybe then it will become a place where where Muslims go to celebrate the destruction of the World Trade Center. But right now it looks like that isn't the case. Right now it looks like the purpose of this mosque, of this cultural center, is genuinely to promote dialogue between these two very different groups. The Islamic world, which is mainly in the Middle East and Africa, and the Western world, particularly the United States, and to promote this dialogue in order to promote peace, so that in the future we don't have tragedies like the destruction of the World Trade Center. And I think that a building that's going to act in that manner, that it makes a lot of sense to have it, 2 blocks away, half a mile away from the site of Ground Zero, because the whole point is to prevent stuff like that from happening again. So anyway, thanks for your video, and have a good day, or night, or morning, or whatever it is when you watch this, and I will see you later.